Hey everyone, welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Houndoom from Pokemon. Let's get started over on the right side of our page with the head. So I'm going to start with the muzzle. Right in the center here we're going to draw a curve from left to right going up and then down. Now on the ends I want to curve out towards the side of the muzzle, coming down and then out. From the ends I'm going to come in and then just pull it up in the center here. So on the left we're going to come down and in. Now right in the middle we're just going to pull that up. Do the same thing on the right, coming down and then up towards the right side. Let's tuck the chin in underneath the muzzle. So on the left side I'm going to curve down and then back up on the right. Just above the center we're going to add the nose. So let's start with the curve along the top from left to right going across. And then from the ends I'm going to curve down and in towards the middle. Go back up towards the right side. We're going to fill this in black. Now let's move to the side of the muzzle and draw in the eyes. So I'm going to start with an angled line. Starting from the left, I'm going to angle down and in. And do the same thing on the right, going up and then out. Let's draw on the side of the eye. From the left, we're going to step in, come down, and then pull that in. And then from the ends, we're going to draw a straight line going in behind the muzzle. Let's tuck the iris and pupil underneath the eyelid. So it's a half circle, starting from the top, curve down towards the bottom, then back up. Do the same thing on the right side. Now in the center, we're just going to draw a black dot for the pupil. Now that we've drawn the face, let's draw on the side of the head. So we're going to step up, we curve around the eye, and then we're just going to pull that in. Do the same thing on the right, stepping up, curve around the eye, and then we're going to pull that in. From the bottom of the cheeks, we're going to come down and out towards the base of the neck. Starting on the left, we're going to come down, and we're just going to pull that out. Let's draw the collar around the base of the neck. Starting on the left, we're going to come down, and we'll pull that in. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now from the end, I want to curve out, so tapering this line out and then in behind the neck. So we're going to go out, round out the end, and then pull that up. Do the same thing on the right, going out, and then up. Let's move back up and draw on the horns. So we can draw on the socket first. From the left side, we're going to go across, and then curve that up. Do that on both sides. Now let's close off the top of the head with a curve, going up, and then down. Let's draw on the left horn. From this point, we're going to go up, and then round this out towards the bottom. Start by going up towards the top, rounding it out, coming down, and then just pulling that in. We take that and flip it over on the right side. Starting from the inside, curve up, round out the horn, come down, and then just pull that in. Let's go back to the inside of the socket. I'm going to follow that same curve going up. Go up to right about there. Do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to tuck the back of the horn in behind this line. So we start back at the bottom, curve up, and we want to have a little bit of an overlap on the top. Let's move back down in the center and draw on the symbol. So we start with a circle, starting underneath the chin, go in between the collar. Now we're going to add the two eyes of the symbol. Starting on the left, we're going to curve in and then down. We're going to leave a gap in the center, and do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to curve in the opposite direction. Starting from the left, come down, and then in. Now we're going to fill those in black. Now we're going to have the body turned in a 3/4 position, so you can see a little bit of the side of the character here. So let's start with the ribs along the top of the back. So along the bottom of this collar, I'm going to come down, and then in. I'm going to curve this out and tuck that in behind the collar. Going out, and we'll pull that in. We're going to draw two more along the side, stepping up, curve down and in, curve out, and pull that in behind the first rib. We'll do that one more time. Curving down and in, curve out, and then tuck that in. Now we're going to draw two legs coming down from underneath the collar. So let's start with the left one first. So underneath the ribs, we're going to curve out towards the left and then down. On this side, we're going to curve in the opposite direction. So we're we're going to get a little bit narrower as it comes down towards the bottom of the leg. We're going to close this off with a curve from left to right. Now about halfway down the leg, we're going to curve up the body, coming around. Now we're just aiming up towards the collar. Let's draw on the back leg here. Starting underneath the collar, we're going to curve out and then down to about the same height. Let's draw the inside of the leg. Stepping in, curve down, and then in. Let's close off the bottom with a curve. Now let's draw on the hind leg. So in behind the rib here, we're going to curve out and then down. Let's draw a little notch, come out with a short line, and then we'll come down with an angled line towards the bottom. Now let's go to the front of the leg. So in behind the front leg here, we're going to curve down and then over. We're going to create a little overlap, so we're going to step back, draw an angled line coming down. We'll connect those 2 points with a curve. Let's add that patch detail in the center of the body. So underneath the symbol, we'll step down, start with a point, curve down and out underneath the front leg. From the top, we'll curve over towards the right and down. Now back to the front leg, we're going to draw those bands across the ankle. Starting on the left, we're going to round this out, going out and then in. On the inside, we're going to go in the opposite direction. Now let's connect those 2 points with a curve. Now we're going to draw one more band below this. So on the left side, we're going to curve out and in. Do the same thing on the right, and then close off the bottom with a curve. Let's do the same thing on the right leg. I'm going to go to the back and do the same thing here. And then one more below it. Let's add a paw underneath the front leg here. So underneath the band, we're going to curve out and then down. Go to the inside and curve in the opposite direction. Now we're going to connect those 2 points with a curve coming down the middle and then back up. We're going to separate the paw, so we're going to leave a gap in the center. On the left side, we're going to curve up and in. On the right, we'll go in the opposite direction. Let's add a few claws on the inside. So it's a little half circle on the end of each paw. Now the paw on the right is going to be facing over towards the right side. So to start underneath here, we're going to start with a straight line that comes down. We're going to curve down and then back up towards the first paw. Now let's curve over the first paw, going up and then over. From this point, I'm going to draw a straight line going out, curve up and then over. Do that one more time, going out. Now we're going to go over the second paw, going over and down. And we'll curve in the opposite direction underneath the band. Let's add the claws, so a small half circle at the tip of each paw. Now we're going to take this paw and draw the same thing in the back here. Starting with the left, and then the right, and then we'll curve the bottom, coming down and then back up. Again, leaving a gap in the center, we'll curve in on the left, and then the right, and let's add the claws. Now you can see a little bit of the back leg tucked in behind the front leg here. So to start underneath the belly, we're going to curve down and over. And we draw a short angle line coming out. Let's close off the bottom with a curve coming down and in behind the front leg. We're going to add those bands in behind. Starting on the right, we're going to curve around. Now I'm just going to pull that in behind the front. We'll do that one more time, curving around. And then just curving down and then in behind. We're going to take this foot and duplicate it in the back. Starting up against here, we're going to draw a straight line coming down to the bottom of the foot, round at the bottom of the foot. I'm just going to curve over the first paw. From the tip, we're going to draw a short line going out, and curve over the second paw. And the third paw, we're going to come out, curve over the second paw, and then down. Now we're going to curve up and in underneath the band. Let's add the half circles for the claws. Now let's move to the back and draw in the tail. So I'm going to start on the hind right here, curve down, round it out, and then just pull that in, aiming towards the head. Let's add the tip of the tail. We're going to angle down and out with a straight line. Now we're going to curve over towards the tip of the tail. Now we just want to flare this out. So we're going to curve up towards the left. Now we're going to aim towards this point but leave a small gap along the inside. Now we just want to follow that same curve of the tail in behind the body. We're going to go a little bit thicker as we come in towards the hind leg. Start by leaving an even spaced gap all the way around, and then right here, we're just going to thicken that up in behind, and that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Houndoom from Pokemon. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.